This is a PS3, and this is its remote control. This is a PS4, 2 years since launch, and it doesn't have a remote control. Until now. This is the PDP Universal Media Remote for the PlayStation 4. It's not made by Sony, but it's licensed from them. So what we're going to do now is an unboxing. So, first thing, you need a knife. And I've got my favourite, Lisbeth. It's good for some good stabbing and piercing skin plastic. Let's see. Currently it's only available in North America. The official price is $29.99. But it will be coming to Europe later this year. So let's open it up. So what we can see here is that it's officially licensed. It gives you control using Bluetooth. And apparently you can easily control up to 4 other devices, including an AV amplifier, a cable or satellite set-top box, as well as your TV. Okay, let's open it up. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, pull this out. Here we go. Okay, so we've got an instruction booklet underneath and the control itself. So let's take a look at that. Okay. So let's have a feel. Okay, first impression, it feels quite nice. It's relatively light, fits well in the hand. It's got this very slight, minute grip all around, so it feels comfortable. The buttons feel okay, maybe a little plasticky. But yeah, that's good. Let's take a look at it. It doesn't come with any batteries, but it uses 2 AAA batteries. These. So I'm going to put them in now. Perfect. So let's do a size comparison with the PS3 remote. And I don't know if you can see from here, but the PS4 controller is a little bit squatter, a little bit wider. If we put them next to each other like this, a bit clumsy, we can see the difference in width and in height. Okay, that's better. Yeah. And let's put it next to a PS4 controller, DualShock 4. Now let's have a look at the shape button placement. What we've got are the shapes on the DualShock 4. On the PS3 remote, we can see how they've tried to emulate the order by going square, triangle, cross circle, cross circle. Now on the new controller, the PDP controller, it's a little bit different. It seems like they then tried to imitate this line. Triangle, circle, square, X. Triangle, circle, but they put X square. So it's a little bit counterintuitive. It doesn't seem to make sense, but in practice, how often are you going to be using those buttons? Circle, like X, is one of the most used buttons, so it's within easy reach of the right of the DualShock. But on the PDP remote, you have to stretch your thumb left. Okay, it's not such a big deal, but it goes against the muscle memory you might have from having used a PlayStation controller for many years. So it might be relatively minor, but there should be some design logic to the shape button placement. Okay, enough of that for the moment. Let's try actually setting it up with the PS4. So this is the desk setup. The DualShock uses the Bluetooth radio signal to communicate with the PS4. And so does the universal remote. But what you have to first do is get it to communicate with the PS4, and you do that by pairing them together. So that's what we're going to do. So, first thing you do is you go to the settings menu. Then devices. And then Bluetooth devices. So to pair it, I'm going to hold down the PlayStation and the share button until this light comes on. So let's give it a go. Yep. And there we can see it appear there. Fantastic. And the light is flashing, and there it comes up on the screen. Okay, so using the DualShock 4, I'm going to go into that. It says, do you want to register your Bluetooth device? So I'm going to click or select yes. There we go. Now it's connected. It's also got a different symbol from the DualShock. And there we go. Can you see that? I'm going up with that. Okay, fantastic. I press the O circle button to go back. And there you can see I'm now navigating the menu. Brilliant. You'll most likely use the remote to navigate a Blu-ray disc. So let's see how that looks. All the standard Blu-ray controls are there. You can fast forward, play, pause, skip, info, options, press enter to see the button guide, view the control panel. You can adjust the audio and the subtitles, settings, everything you need. And it makes it easier using it via remote control. It also works with the official PlayStation Store video app. Responsiveness will be affected if you haven't downloaded the film and you are just streaming it. By default, the TV and video apps do not have compatibility unless it's been specifically added. Thankfully, the most popular apps, Netflix and HBO Go, do have compatibility. Of course, fast forward and rewind performance will be affected by the speed of your internet connection.
Do you use a fork, please? No, 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 no!
It also works with the Twitch app. But not YouTube or BBC iPlayer, although support for other apps will be added later. Now, the reason this is called a universal remote is because it has the ability to learn the remote control functions or button presses of another device. So, by default, it works as a PS4 controller. But you can set it to work with your TV, an amplifier, or cable or satellite box. How this works is each TV and its remote control have a set of inbuilt functions for things like volume up or down, change channel, source input, etc. A remote from another manufacturer such as PDP can, in theory, access all these functions, but it has to use the specific manufacturer's code, kind of like a password to gain access. Now the PDP can learn in two ways, automatically or manually. Automatically is where it receives the code from a TV and works out for itself which manufacturer's code is the right one to use. And manually is where you enter the code yourself. So I will try the automatic search first. So what I have to first do is point it at the TV and hold down the PWR button as well as the TV button. Okay, so let's try that. And within 5 seconds the light should come on. Okay, that's great. And then I'll press anything else. Okay, that doesn't seem to have worked. So the automatic search mode has not worked with this, and it's a brand new TV and it was only released this year, so it's a new model. It's hardly a no-name brand, it's Samsung, so I'm quite surprised at that, quite disappointed. You can also try manual search. You do this by using the correct manufacturer's code for your device, and this can be found in the manual or on the PDP website. Some manufacturers have multiple codes, so it can be time consuming trying to work out which is the right one, as you have to go and try each one individually. So far the remote's been unable to learn my TV remote functions. So what you can do is get it to try and learn one particular function. So I'm going to try that. You hold down the grey button and the coloured button. Okay, that should mean that it's learnt it. So let's give it a go. So, PS4 mode. Now, I put it in TV mode, press yellow, and the power has gone off. And I'll do that again, and it should come on. Okay, so these 4 buttons you can program individually, but that's not good enough. It should have been able to learn all the other functions for the TV. I found that when the batteries are running low, it automatically turns on the PS4. This is my PS4. It's currently in off mode. This is the universal remote, and it's only got 1 battery in at the moment. But look what happens when I put the second one in. You watching? There you go. Without pressing any buttons, it has turned on the PS4. And that's not something I wanted to happen. Now, this can easily be resolved by removing the batteries, but at first I didn't know this, which led to me spending an afternoon trying to figure out if my PS4 was dying or if I was being pranked by some ghost or whatever. So it's just something to be aware of. So the PDP Universal Remote for PS4 is a much needed device. It gives you easy thumb access to video controls without having to use two hands to grip a DualShock. It feels light and comfortable. For some inexplicable reason, the PlayStation shape and coloured buttons have been moved from their normal position. It's not a deal breaker, but it suggests a lack of attention to detail. There are no left and right 1, 2, 3 buttons, so this remote is purely for controlling video. The list of compatible video apps is limited, although more will be made compatible. I've used the supposed universal remote, and both the manual and automatic learning did not work for me, and I used it on 2 different TVs. I was only able to learn 4 specific button functions. Now this is a big letdown, as it would have been really great to just use one remote to control the console and the TV. Now reviews on Amazon indicate that I am not the only one, and there are many unhappy people who've also experienced the same problem. If you want a pretty remote to control video on your PS4, then this will do the job. However, I would have preferred Sony release their own version with superior quality control. If you appreciate this video, please hit the like button. Thanks for watching.